Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Sam. If you remember back to last week, we got that report showing that Apple had applied to sell MacBooks later this year, some new ones. We thought it could be the new MacBook Pro, weren't entirely sure, thought it could be a new MacBook Air, but again, couldn't say for certain. Now we have some follow-up concrete information to that, suggesting that Apple will not only launch the brand new 16-inch MacBook Pro, but also updated processors inside of the MacBook Air and non-touch bar MacBook Pro. So if you're excited for today's video, probably gonna want to hold off and buy a MacBook for just a little bit. Drop a like down below and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on the latest Apple news. Let's go ahead and talk about why you should return the 15-inch MacBook Pro that literally just got updated 3 weeks ago. Now, I know I'm already sounding a little bit cynical here, but I hope you guys understand, like, Apple just updated the MacBook Pro 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they're already expected to launch a brand new, like, redesigned one now in just a couple of months in September of 2019. So how do we know this? Well, in conjunction with the fact that Apple has officially registered new MacBook models, a fresh report dropped recently from Jeff Lynn of IHS Markit. I did some quick research myself, and they are like a research and analytics company that basically puts out stuff so investors know what to invest in. And this report talks specifically about a new 16-inch MacBook Pro, and they even go so far as to say not only is this expected in September of 2019, which again lines up with the fact that Apple just registered some new MacBook models, but also we get the screen resolution of this, which is something that I was interested to hear. How big of a jump is it going to be? The current MacBook Pro has a 2880 by 1800 resolution on the Retina display, which is like just above 3K, and I was really hoping that this new 16-inch MacBook Pro would introduce a 4K display on the MacBook, but they're going to be decently short of that. Again, according to IHS Markit, it's going to be 3072 by 1920. And then the other part of me is like, okay, can this be the year we see OLED on the MacBook? Is it going to have those deep black color levels that can really impact a pro workflow? And again, the answer there is no, they're falling short of that again. It's just going to be your standard LCD display. So the good news is the resolution is going up. Hopefully the pixels per inch goes up, or at least remains the same as well, but it's going to be between 3K and 4K resolution. It's not, unfortunately, going to be jumping up to 4K. Like, if we got a 4K display on this MacBook, the battery life would definitely take a significant hit because it would be drawing so much more power. But still, I mean, it's a Retina display. It's going to look really sharp, and I think when we see it in person, we're not really going to have any complaints. So comparing it to the screen real estate of a 15-inch MacBook Pro, I've done one of those cool like overlays where you can see the difference in resolution. It is going to be, I think, noticeable. Like, an inch of extra screen real estate is going to be pretty significant, but it's also not going to be like going from, 13 to 16 inches. It's not going to be that big of a jump. But overall, I'm still looking forward to this, and I know when this comes out, I'm going to want to get my hands on it as somebody who does video or creative work. Setting everything else aside, though, the big question for me is how the bezels on this MacBook are going to look, and really how Apple is going to take advantage of this extra screen real estate. Is the body of the MacBook Pro going to remain the same, and Apple's going to eliminate pretty much all the bezels around the device as they did, for example, on the iPhone 10 and 10R and 10S, or are they simply going to increase the body of the MacBook Pro and have like the same slimmer but still relatively thick when compared to other, ultra thin or fast laptops in 2019? I don't really know the answer to that. I hope that we see anything like these concept images from Victor Kadar. I mean, I would buy this MacBook Pro in an instant, and I want to know if you guys would as well. Do you think the MacBook Pro needs that edge-to-edge all-screen design, or do you just want a bigger MacBook with a bigger screen? Obviously, this laptop is also going to be expensive, considering that the 15-inch MacBook Pro now starts at $2399, so I would say probably minimum $29.99 or $31.99 for this laptop, just because it's gonna be a pretty big deal. The good news is, though, if you don't want to spend that much money, you want to get a cheaper MacBook Pro, Apple may be updating that one as well. Jeff Lynn, again from IHS Markit, wasn't like 100% confident in the fact that this upgrade was going to be happening. However, the non-touch bar MacBook Pro could finally be getting an upgrade this year, which is really good because I think the current one that Apple is still selling hasn't been touched since 2017. That's why I never recommend anybody looking for a new MacBook Pro to buy the non-touch bar version, because Apple's still selling it as if it's new alongside other new MacBook Pros, but the specs are severely outdated and honestly not really a good value at this point. And possibly even going a little bit cheaper than that, the MacBook Air also could be getting a processor upgrade as well. So based off of this report, we knew Apple registered new MacBooks. I hypothesized that this is what was going to happen, that new MacBook Airs and new MacBook Pros would again be coming later this year, and it looks like that is exactly what Apple is currently planning to do. Now, obviously, this is rumors, this is leaks, like the timeline could be thrown off if the development of the laptop would be stunted somehow, but as of right now, we're seeing that Apple is planning to release new MacBooks. So if you're in the market for a new one, I mean, if you're going off to college or getting a new laptop for high school, I know it might hurt to wait until September of 2019 to buy a new one, but considering the fact that upgrades are coming, I would not recommend buying any MacBook at this time, which is so weird to say again, because they just updated the 13 and 15-inch MacBook Pros. With these new ones on the horizon, maybe even wait to get the current ones because the prices will likely go down when new ones are released. But I wanted to make this video, as always, to keep you guys updated. I want to hear your thoughts on everything. Are you waiting to buy a new MacBook? Are you still hyped about this new 16-inch sort of mysterious all-new MacBook Pro? I know that's one that I definitely have my eye on, but that's the latest I have for you in this video. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like down below, hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.